to the David C. Hutto show. It's Friday, so we're doing something a little different. So I thought I'd just jam this song real quick for you guys, and then we'll get into it, all right? So here we go. gentlemen, radio show. I apologize. I hit the wrong button there. I'm just a little klutzy today. So anyway, we decided to kind of change the format up just a tiny bit there and do a little jam. You know, it is Friday. You know, we can't always do balls and chunk, news and politics all the time. You got to kind of lighten it up a little bit. So that's what we're kind of going to do today on Friday. We'll cover some of that stuff. But the fact of the matter is, you know, sometimes you need a break from all of it. Otherwise, you guys just get burnt out. You know, it's kind of like watching Glenn Beck all the time. You just, I mean, God bless him. He's trying to help us all out, you know. And same with Rick Wilds and Michael Savage. But even Michael Savage knows that every now and then it's probably a good idea just to get off the politics insanity bandwagon, okay? It's just a good idea, okay? Let's just put it to you guys that way. If not, we're all going to go crazy. We're all going to go insane. And, you know, what's the point in enjoying life if we're sitting here talking about politics and war all the time? So it is a fact of life. It is a fact of nature right now because of the times that we find ourselves currently in. I mean, seriously, no one really saw or foresaw this kind of thing coming. I mean, seriously, no one was really thinking for a millisecond that we would be dealing with this kind of stuff. You know, seriously. I mean, who would have thunk it, right? I mean, let me ask you guys something. And you could comment on this later or whatever. Or you could even call into the show on the last section of the show here and give me your commentary on it. Because, I mean, seriously. In your wildest imaginations, did you guys even think for a millisecond that we would be going through what we're going through now? Do you think in your lifetime we would be reliving the 1930s? Because that's what I think we're doing. We're just repeating history, except the worst part of this cycle is I think it's the final cycle. It's it. This is it, folks. This is the last big hurrah. I might be wrong on that, but my spirit tells me it is. Okay? What if this is the last hurrah to get your act together before the return of the King, you know, the return of Christ? Seriously. What if it is? What are you guys going to do? Now, I know some of you are watching this show and go, well, I'm not really religious. Well, I think it's time you start finding religion. With all that's going on in the world right now, if you don't have God, you're really, you're selling yourself short. Now, some people are going, well, Dave, you're using God as a crutch. Well, no, more like a rock. A foundation, not a crutch. A crutch would be something like cigarettes or alcohol or drugs or, you know, watching True TV. That's a crutch. That's a crutch. That's a temporary fix for a situation. God is a permanent fix. It's a rock. It's a foundational rock to base yourself on. It's just, And the nice thing is once you've become saved. Now, I know a lot of you are going, well, this guy couldn't possibly be saved. I mean, how is that possible? How is this guy saved? He cusses on the air. He gets upset. It's called righteous anger, folks. That's what it is. Now, granted, I'm not going to sit here and claim to you guys I'm holier than thou or anything like that, because I'm not. I'm a very opinionated, kind of temperamental person. Okay? That's my character trait. That's who I am. That's how I was hardwired. Now, some of you guys are hardwired differently. Everybody has different breaking points. Me, I can't stand it when we have a tyrannical government telling us how to live our lives. I hate that. It's like having an abusive step-parent in the house, or just being a totally screwed up relationship, and that's exactly what we're going through right now. We are in an abusive relationship, except it's with Big Brother government. And we've got incompetent schmucks running this country right now. Incompetent and devout Marxists. And people who are a danger to our way of life. Danger. Absolute. And I'm not saying that, I'm a perfect man, because I'm far from it. I make mistakes. But I ask God for forgiveness. I make mistakes. I may get angry on this show. I may yell and scream and cuss and throw a tantrum and actually voice my opinion in a way that might offend you. But the point that I'm trying to make is I'm not really worried about, the end times or whatever's coming, because I gave myself to the Lord a long time ago. I did. I gave myself to the Lord. And that's it. I'm not sitting here as a schmuck and a numpty. Okay? I can be a schmuck and a numpty. And some of you may think I'm a schmuck and a numpty. But the fact of the matter is at the end of the day, if the black shirts kicked in the front door and put a bullet in my head, I know where I'm going. Okay? So that's why I really don't fear them, because they could try all they want. But I know I'm saved. I know I'm safe. So go ahead, schmuckball. Come over and start some trash with me, because I'll take you out and 12 other commie schmuckballs too. That's how I operate, man. I'm a soldier. That's what I did before I ever got into radio, film, any of that crap. I served in the United States Army. All right? And let's just put it this way. My drill instructors and my commanding officers and, at first, to be totally honest, I served in the U.S. Navy. And then I transferred over into the U.S. Army Reserves. I didn't like the Navy very much. It was not my cup of tea. I got seasick a lot, and I don't like confined spaces. The Army, it was the right move for me, and I should have done that in the first place, but I didn't think of it that way. I didn't. But that's okay. That's a story for another day. It's Friday. I want to try to keep it as light as possible, not get too overdrawn into this thing. But what can I say? We're 15 minutes already into the show. Okay? We're 15 minutes in. Oh, man. Well, actually, 6 minutes in on the blog TV. We had some technical problems, so if you guys are having some issues with sound or whatever, I don't know what's going on with my computer. I think I got a hard drive going out. Something crazy like that. I really don't know.